My name is Mubashir Siddiqui, and my project is experimental, and it is the effect of motor function on people that suffer from arthritis. 24% of all adults in the United States, or 58.5 million people, have arthritis, which is a pretty big number. What is arthritis? Arthritis is inflammation of one or more joints causing pain and stiffness that can worsen with age. Symptoms include pain, swelling, reduced range of motion, and stiffness. And I have a visual representation of what it might feel like to have arthritis. Sadly, arthritis, or which is also known as joint inflammation, is the leading cause of work disability, with annual costs of Medicare, medical care, and lost earnings of $303.5 billion. There is currently no cure for arthritis, so doctors usually treat the symptoms through pain medication, increasing physical activity, weight loss, supportive devices such as crutches, and, if necessary, surgery. And I have visual representations to represent that. So, what is my purpose for with this project? The main purpose of this investigation is to help arthritis patients better with mobility with the use of this device I'll be creating. I will try to find the best current in design with materials for the least amount of energy lost for arthritis patients to have more power with mobility and will hopefully be way more cost efficient and a healthy alternative with medicine, and patients can be more independent than relying on others. And that is these are visual representations of what I've just said. Current treatment. This is my point, first point. For current treatment of arthritis, is mainly used with drugs that include TNF blockers, RA, and T cells. Um, One example, and I have four over here. One would be golimumab, which is a tumor necrosis factor, which is a TNF blocker, and a TNF blocker helps stop inflammation. And there's also Rituxan, which is a CD20 directed cycliotic antibody. Um, Abatacept, selective T cell constimulation modulator, and Adaimumab, which is also known as Humira, which is a tumorous necrosis factor, a TNF blocker. Sorry for the name butchering of the names, but it is hard to pronounce. And these basically help stop and reduce inflammation in the joints. Though there is a lot of medication, like I just showed, the medication for arthritis is very costly. Each of the medications I've just listed are around or a few $1,000s. There's also the risk of medication possibly no longer being effective or not working at all. My second point, electric current. Sorry. An electric current is a stream of charged particles such as electrons or ions moving through an electrical conductor or space. Electric current is also in the brain and can be used to provide energy to an external source. And that's what I'll be doing with this project. I'll be having stimulant electric currents run through a external power source, stimulating the same sense of electrons or current from brain, providing the same amount of energy. So the currents from the brain will represent the currents I provide from the external power source to the device. My third point is string tension. How tension provides mobility. So I have this diagram here where it shows a simple diagram of what my project will be doing. The black lines over here are the fishing line, and this is representing tension. These big blocks here are plastic plastic rods, and what it's showing is the string tightening causes the fishing line to bend the two rods, which shows mobility being caused by the use of tension. My next point, motors. What do motors do? Electric motors work by converting electrical energy to mechanical energy in order to create motion. Force is generated within the motor through the interaction between a magnetic field and a winding alternating AC or DC current. Electric motors have an array of applications and can be used for many things. It uses rotation, it provides motion, and can be used to provide tension. And this is one of the main examples of how that can be represented, because there's a string attached to the motor, which also causes tension. This is a crane that pulls things towards it. My hypothesis, and here's my idea. Motors need electricity to function. When motors are given more electricity, it increases motor's function, giving the motor more power, which will provide some type of tension on the string. Electricity is necessary for motor function and some type of string tension. My prediction: the independent variable is going to be the amount of electricity provided. The dependent variable will be the electrical impulse charge, and the relative and will be in the relative to the motor's rotations. If the electric current is related to the function in motors, then rotation in motors will be increased. If the electrical current is higher, providing more tension on the string, then lower electrical current, providing less tension. Here's my setup on how my project or design will look. This will be a 3D printed hand. There will be 3 motors attached here. The motor rotates, providing tension on the string, making the hand grip like a working hand. The white lines here are fishing line, and these joints will move based on the current being provided to the motor, causing them to run, causing tension to be provided to the string, causing the hands to grip. And this is my alternative power source, or external power source, sorry. A voltage generator, which will provide certain amount of currents representing or stimulating brain current. This is my table on how I will be giving my data. More electricity equals more function, less electricity equals less motor function. The effect of different impulses of electricity on the motor function, these will be where my impulses will be given, and this will be the amount of tension and the amount of movement the motor has, and the average tension and average motor will give me what I need to write down for data. Every person deserves to live a nice, healthy, and pain-free life. By finding more cost-efficient and helpful ways to help patients with arthritis, we can give them proper treatment for their issues, because if left undealt with, more issues can arise physically and mentally. Using a motor with the added tension of a fishing line should provide as a great example for this, because it shows how technology can help aid physical human processes. By researching and improving technology, we won't only help people with arthritis, but we'll find more ways to treat work disabilities, giving people much more to live for. Thank you.